in the bustling heart of Hong Kong International Airport, amidst the flurry of travelers and the constant hum of activity, a moment of pure humanity unfolded that would soon capture the attention of millions. It was a scene that seemed ordinary at first glance, people moving through the terminal, luggage in tow, the familiar rhythm of airport life. But then something extraordinary happened. A figure known to many as a global icon extended a hand not in a gesture of fame, but in a quiet, unassuming act of kindness. This was no staged event, no orchestrated photo opportunity. It was a spontaneous display of empathy that reminded the world of the power of small gestures in a large, often impersonal world. The video, which quickly went viral, showed GDragon, the former leader of the iconic K-pop group Big Bang, reaching out to assist a female staff member on an escalator. The moment was fleeting, lasting just a few seconds, but it spoke volumes. As the escalator carried them upward, GDragon's arm was extended, offering support to the woman who appeared to be struggling slightly with her balance. It was a simple act, yet it resonated deeply with viewers around the globe. Why did this moment, among countless others, strike such a chord? What was it about this interaction that transformed it from a routine airport scene into a symbol of compassion? As the footage circulated, questions began to emerge. What prompted GDragon to act in that moment? Was it a reflection of his character, or perhaps a glimpse into the values that have defined his career? The timing of the event, occurring in the early hours of a Friday morning in May 2023, added to the intrigue. Hong Kong, a city known for its relentless pace and towering skyscrapers, suddenly became the backdrop for a story that transcended its urban landscape. The airport, a place often associated with haste and anonymity, became a stage for a narrative that celebrated connection and care. But this was more than just a fleeting interaction. It was a reminder of the impact one person can have, even in the most unexpected of places, the unseen side of fame. A closer look at GDragon's gesture. For those unfamiliar with GDragon, the name might evoke images of glittering stages, chart-topping hits, and a fashion sense that has influenced millions. But behind the persona of Kwon Ji-young, as he is known offstage, lies a man whose actions often speak louder than his music. The video from Hong Kong Airport offered a rare, unfiltered glimpse into this side of him. As he navigated the escalator, his focus was not on the cameras that inevitably followed him, but on ensuring the safety of another. This was not the GDragon of music videos or red carpet events. This was a man whose humanity shone through in a moment of genuine concern. The reaction to the video was swift and overwhelming. Social media platforms buzzed with comments, each one a testament to the emotional impact of the scene. "It's moments like these that remind us why we admire him," wrote one user, capturing the sentiment of many. Another added, "In a world that often feels cold, this warmth is everything." The outpouring of emotion was not just about the act itself, but about what it represented. It was a reminder that even those in the spotlight are capable of the same kindness that defines ordinary lives. But what made this moment so powerful? Was it the contrast between GDragon's global stardom and the simplicity of his action? Or was it the universal appeal of seeing someone extend a helping hand? Digging deeper, the context of the event revealed layers of significance. Hong Kong International Airport, one of the busiest in the world, is a place where millions of stories intersect daily. Yet amidst this chaos, GDragon's gesture stood out. It was a reminder of the potential for human connection in spaces that often prioritize efficiency over empathy. The timing, too, was noteworthy. It was early May 2023, a period when the world was still grappling with the aftermath of global challenges, including the lingering effects of the pandemic. In such a context, acts of kindness took on added meaning, offering a beacon of hope in uncertain times. But the story didn't end there. This moment was not an isolated incident, but part of a larger narrative of GDragon's life, one that has been marked by a consistent commitment to giving back. Beyond the spotlight, the philanthropic heart of a global icon. To understand the full impact of GDragon's airport gesture, one must consider the broader tapestry of his life. Known not just for his music, but for his philanthropy, GDragon has long been a figure who uses his platform for good. Reports from various sources highlight his annual tradition of donating 9.9 tons of rice and 81.8 million Korean wons on his birthday, a practice that began years ago and has continued unabated. This is not a recent development. but a long-standing commitment that underscores his dedication to helping others. But why rice? And why such a specific amount? These questions, while seemingly trivial, reveal the thoughtfulness behind his actions. The choice of rice is particularly poignant in South Korea, where it is a staple food and a symbol of sustenance. By donating 9.9 tons, GDragon ensures that thousands of meals are provided to those in need, directly addressing hunger in a country where, despite its economic prowess, poverty remains a pressing issue. The 81.8 million Korean wons, meanwhile, is not just a number. It is a deliberate gesture, often matching or exceeding the donations made by his fans, amplifying the impact of their contributions. This practice, which began in 2011, has inspired a trend among other idols, who have followed suit by encouraging fans to donate to charity instead of giving gifts. But what drives this level of generosity? Is it a sense of responsibility that comes with fame, or a deeper personal conviction? The emotional weight of these actions cannot be overstated. In a world where celebrities are often criticized for their privilege, GDragon's efforts stand as a counterpoint. They are a reminder that fame can be a force for good, a tool for change rather than just a platform for self-promotion. The airport incident, then, was not an anomaly, but a continuation of a pattern. It was a moment that encapsulated the essence of who GDragon is. A man who, despite his global stardom, remains grounded in the values of kindness and compassion. But this story is not just about one person. It is about the ripple effects of such actions, the way they inspire others to act, and the hope they instill in a world that often feels divided. A global conversation. The impact of a single act. As the video spread, it sparked a global conversation. People from different corners of the world weighed in, each bringing their own perspective to the narrative. In South Korea, where GDragon is a household name, the reaction was one of pride and admiration. "This is why we love him," said one fan, echoing the sentiments of many. In Hong Kong, the local media picked up the story, framing it as a moment of cross-cultural connection. "In a city that never sleeps, this was a wake-up call to the power of kindness," wrote one journalist, capturing the essence of the event's impact. But the conversation extended far beyond these regions. In the United States, where K-pop has gained immense popularity, fans marveled at the juxtaposition of GDragon's celebrity status and his down-to-earth action. "It's rare to see someone so famous be so real," commented one observer, highlighting the universal appeal of the moment. In Europe, where the cultural exchange between East and West is increasingly significant, the story was seen as a bridge between worlds. "This is what global citizenship looks like," noted a cultural analyst, pointing to the way GDragon's actions transcended borders. The emotional response was palpable. Viewers described feeling teary-eyed and inspired, words that underscored the depth of the impact. But it wasn't just the act itself that moved people. It was the context in which it occurred. Hong Kong, a city with its own set of challenges, including recent social and economic turbulence, became a symbol of resilience through this story. The airport, often a place of stress and hurry, was transformed into a space of possibility. And GDragon, a figure who could easily have passed by without notice, chose instead to make a difference. But what does this mean for the future? How can such moments inspire broader change, the broader implications? Kindness as a catalyst for change. The story of GDragon's airport gesture is more than just a feel-good moment. It is a call to action. It raises questions about the role of public figures in society and the responsibility they hold to use their influence for good. In a world where social media can amplify both the best and worst of humanity, moments like these offer a counter-narrative. They remind us that kindness is not just a personal virtue, but a collective one, capable of inspiring change on a larger scale. But how can this be harnessed? What can individuals, communities, and even nations learn from such acts? Consider the broader context of Hong Kong. The city, known for its efficiency and innovation, has also faced significant challenges in recent years. Issues of safety, particularly in public spaces like airports and train stations, have come to the forefront. Reports of escalator incidents, such as the one in November 2024 where 430 incidents were recorded in just 9 months, highlight the need for vigilance and care. GDragon's action then can be seen as a microcosm of a larger need for awareness, for support, and for a collective commitment to safety and well-being. But it also points to a deeper truth, that change often begins with individual acts, small gestures that ripple outward. The emotional resonance of the story cannot be ignored. It taps into a universal desire for connection, for seeing the best in others, and for believing in the possibility of a better world. This is not just about GDragon, it is about what he represents. It is about the potential for every person, regardless of their status, to make a difference. It is about the hope that such moments instill, the way they remind us that kindness is not just a luxury, but a necessity. But the story doesn't end here. It is an ongoing narrative, one that invites us all to consider our own role in creating a world where such acts are not the exception, but the norm. A lasting legacy. The power of empathy in action. As the days turned into weeks, the story of GDragon's airport gesture continued to resonate. It became a touchstone for discussions about empathy, responsibility, and the role of public figures in society. But it also raised a critical question. What makes such moments memorable? Is it the person involved, the context, or the universal appeal of the action itself? For many, the answer lies in the combination of all these elements. GDragon's fame provided a platform, but it was his humanity that captured hearts. The setting of Hong Kong Airport, with its global significance, added a layer of relevance. And the act itself, simple yet profound, spoke to a shared human experience. The legacy of this moment is still unfolding. It has inspired countless individuals to reflect on their own actions, to consider how they might extend a hand, metaphorically or literally, to those in need. It has also sparked conversations about the broader impact of kindness, the way it can transform not just individual lives, but entire communities. In a world that often feels divided, such stories offer a reminder of our common humanity. They challenge us to look beyond differences and to see the potential for connection. But perhaps most importantly, they invite us to believe in the power of small acts to create big change as we move forward. The story of GDragon's airport gesture serves as a beacon. It is a reminder that in the rush of daily life, in the midst of our own challenges, there is always room for kindness. It is a call to action, a challenge to each of us to consider how we might make a difference, no matter how small. And it is a testament to the enduring power of empathy, a force that, when unleashed, has the potential to change the world. In the end, it is not just about one man, one moment, or one city. It is about the hope that such moments inspire, the belief that a better world is possible, and the conviction that we all have a role to play in making it a reality.